In today's day and age, it is expensive
Very
to
expensive.
raise a child. So, what are the financial factors that one must consider?
You need to factor in
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Happy Hour with Fincocktail. Today we have with us the founder of Kidstoppress. She is also the author of an amazing book called The Parents I Met. And to top it all, she is also a certified conscious parenting coach. Welcome to our show, Manzi.
Thank you so much.
So glad you could make it.
Yes, very excited, looking forward.
You know, when you decide to be a parent or have kids, it's a very big decision.
Very.
Okay, not just emotionally, mentally, but also financially. In today's day and age, it is expensive
Very
to
expensive.
raise a child. So, what are the factors, the financial factors that one must consider before jumping into this kind of a decision?
So let's break this down into two parts. Okay, one part comes from if you want to do it now or if you want to do it for later. Okay, so assume you are this age of 26, 27, which is typically the conception age currently in India. At least in a large part of metro and tier 2 cities, barring maybe a mega city like Bombay, which is a
Later,
different
much later,
species altogether, right? But if you're looking at an ideal age of about 26, 27, option one, I want to do it here and now. Okay. Now, in that case, what's very important is that you need to factor in, what kind of childbirthing options are you looking at? If you're looking at a C-sec, it's going to cost you somewhere around 1.5 to 2 lakhs versus a normal delivery is going to cost you anywhere between 50 to 80,000. What kind of birthing places are you looking at? Do you want a Rosette or do you want a British Candy Hospital or do you want something else? What kind of maternity insurance does your company or your firm offer or have you secured for yourself? What kind of financial planning have you done, whether you're going to go back to work or you're not going to go back to work? Depends on the support system that you have. If you don't have a support system, if you're living in a nuclear family, which is only my husband and I, and okay, we will need to keep like a nanny. And we need to keep a japa maid who costs like 50,000 rupees is what I'm told as of latest in per month, right? And if you're going to do that, then oh my God, right? So absolutely okay if that's what you want, no judgment. But you've got to factor that cost in. Then other factors that you must consider is, the kind of vaccination cost that you're looking at. Typically in the first 18 months of childbirth, you will look at vaccinations anywhere between 80 to 1.5 lakhs for just vaccination.
Typically, I know that every visit is about 10 to 15,000 bucks.
Right, so you're looking at that. That includes vaccination. A doctor's fee typically today would cost you about 2,500. Vaccination cost comes in that 80 to 1.5. Then what kind of other care that you are looking at, right? Like, do you want the larger expenses, which are probably one-time expense, but how much of that do you want? Which are high ticket values like pram, car chairs, stroller, this, that, whatever, right? Cot. In the good old days, we used to reuse, right? If you're in a Gujarati family like mine, then oh my God, the jhula that I grew up with is still being circulated, right? Why don't you, if you are okay to look at a pre-loved economy, then your cost can be substantially different. If you're a minimalist like me and say, listen, I just need bare essentials, I will invest in only one car seat and one bed guard. I'm not even looking at a cot. Bombay homes, no space. And I want a high chair, which is foldable, where I can put it off or carry it with me wherever I go. That's all I need for my child. Then you're talking of a different person altogether. So that would be typically your expense. And assume that you want an extended maternity break, and which is not 6 months, and you want to say a year. So will your company afford to give you that? And what is your company's childcare plan to have you back? And what are the options and benefits that they are going to offer? Assume you want to quit. Do you have that financial planning of, okay, if I am going to leave after maternity break, how much, like at least 1 year of financial expenses, what you should have as savings, which is invested in short term. So that is one part of it. Assume you don't want to have a child later and say, I'm at the peak of my career. Dude, now I'm going to look at it 5 years later. What is going to be my childbearing cost? Let's plan for IVF because it is really expensive. Let's plan for multiple cycles.
Your eggs, maybe.
Freezing your eggs, multiple cycles of IVF, adoption. What are your other options? And then, of course, all of that I spoke in option one. So all of that compounded is what you will need to factor in what you want to do, right? And that is only the first 1,000 days of a child's life. That's the first 1,000 days. It's not gone anywhere else. Then, of course, if you're looking at travel, right? Like, please travel as much as you want till the child hits a ticket number, and then you don't want to pay for it. And you want to also commit to a factor and a number where all constants remain the same, which is your current lifestyle. So it's important that you plan it like that. And of course, we're not yet talking of education and all of that, which will follow. But that's the first, and assume this 0 to 2, first 1,000 days of life, we're not talking of education yet. If you are that mom who wants, okay, my child should also go to music class, should also go to a baby
Parent
toddler and
toddler.
mother toddler and all of that, then that's a separate cost. So I feel there's no one answer that sort of defines how much, because parents are so different. What your need is, which city you belong, is just so different. For parenting tips, celebrity interviews, recipes, conversations with experts, DIYs, and lots more, subscribe to Kidstoppress now.